Ready? All right, welcome back, everybody, to Nutmeg. This is the game that currently has my heart after the disaster that was Football Manager 2026. It is honestly refreshing to play a football management game that doesn't overcomplicate things, that knows what it is, and it's just so good at communicating that every glitch that I thought I found, they fixed. Now, it's obviously it's simple as this. We need to keep playing it because I'm enjoying it so much. Now, there's other games I want to play at some point, but I want to give my all to Nutmeg just now and let it just be. I've got a couple of games in the sort of pipeline, I suppose, that I think would be nice to play for yous, but for now we are playing Nutmeg. Me a dealer. Now, it is a red card for Man United, just to date the video for when this goes on YouTube. If you haven't heard, Lisandro Martinez has just been sent off for Man United, the butcher, they call him. But here we go. How you doing, Bread Bins? What's up, brother? What's up? So let's just see where we left it off. It's November. We're currently 5th in the league. You know, we're chasing greatness, I suppose you could say. Don't wanna live all alone. Oh, James, thank you so much. You know, I appreciate it more than anyone could ever know. It means a whole lot to me that you still subscribe. 49 months. How you doing? How are you doing? And I am aware that it did sound like the stream didn't hear what you said. Subscribing. Right, 1 second. Let me pause whatever crap music this is. OBS not playing subscriber comments. Which song was it, sorry? One second. Oh, life with you. My apologies. I'll take you to the top. I'll drive you crazy. I'm just trying to sort the stream before we carry on playing Nutmeg. As we know, I wanna spend my life with you.
Hi.
Okay, so it still played it. I just couldn't hear it. That's fine. That's all that matters. We can carry on with our lives now. The issue we're having at Sheffield United is we can't actually open the entire story. Can only apologise, James, and let's be honest, I ain't gonna have that many subscribers, so you ain't gonna hear it much. Keep clicking the wrong things. We want to go to training first. Let's just see what's going on here. He's at level 3, he's at max. Can I change this? Charles. Okay, and where are we? They're the only two, so there's no point. Last time out, we obviously signed Colin Caldwood, former Hibs manager, and Johan Cruyff. We'll take a draw. Who's buying our players? I don't even know who he is, so yeah. And then Bolton, I'm going to broadcast this match. I'm feeling good about it. The time is a dealer. Find me a dealer. Get rid of Switchblade. I'm not keen on them. Switchblade, I think, not that great. Sheffield United currently want 4 of your players as you approach the January window. I don't think they can live up to the asking price for each player. Fuck them. Forgot Steve McLaren's injured, so that does weaken us ever so slightly. Let's go. Throw into Bolton to start the game. Campbell, now Russell. Gonna cross it in. Stancliffe intercepts it from the corner. Elsie. I'm gonna let them play. Long ball. We're hitting the target, man. Give it a little boost. I don't want to do too much too early. Now's a chance. Johan Cruyff puts it in the back of the net. What's up, MG Monster? What's up? Come on. 1-0 to Sheffield United. Elsley. We're going to play. Set piece. Get the shot. Can we get another goal here? It is Williams in front of goal. It is Williams to make it 2. Everyone in the chat, see it. Vamos! He-Man United. My Sheffield United. No, get rid of that. Dictate a bit of the tempo. I must say that's a big game. A big signing. We are playing Nutmeg, which is a Football Manager roguelike game. And I must say, I'm absolutely fucking positively hooked on it. I cannot lie. So I'm playing cards that can increase our chances of getting a goal. And it's 3-0. Edwards puts it in the biscuit tin. Vamos! But yeah, after the debacle that was Football Manager 2026, I could not bring myself to play that pile of shite. I've only ever completed 1 season on it, and that was the first week it came out. I will never want to pick it up again. But this game has got my heart. It's simple. It gives me a little bit of the old school Championship Manager vibes, but on top of that, it also gives me like a completely new perspective on what we're doing. So I'm all for it, to be honest.
Will this substitution be the difference?
You know, we have something that's got me addicted again. You know, I've been with the missus all week, and I must say, or all weekend, and then when I come back, this is the first thing I want to do, is play this. give it a try. She honestly would rather have played this. Nah, I'm kidding. But you've not touched the FM outside a singular Celtic season. It then crashed and you. Well, there's been a lot of crashes this year. Don't have to tell me that. But riveting stuff. Who do you owe the win to? The fans, the sponsors, or the board? I'm gonna go the fans. I always go the fans. They're a 12th man. I want the fans on my board. On my side. Yeah, a lot of crashes this year. Don't have to tell me twice. Beating our old team Tranmere 4-2. What a result. Beating Doncaster. Can we make it a clean sweep? Bournemouth, big game. 3-2. Cruyff getting another couple. Johan Cruyff. Ville, ole, ole, ole. My clubs are fan run. You're right. Listen, I would happily move aside and let you make decisions in this save. But let's have a look at the transfer market. We've got 210 grand to spend. Could get a young striker in. Because players do go up and down overall in this, similar to FM, similar to FIFA. Obviously, this is David Beardsley, not Peter Beardsley. The issue I have is that our midfield's our weakest part, right? Steve McLaren's back in. Elsley's in. But apart from them, everyone else is, pretty average. And then obviously Cruyff's getting worse as time goes on, which is a bit of a worry. He's 37, so I might mark Johan Cruyff for transfer and see if I can sell him for the right price. But until such time, I think we just get on with it. That's a bad draw. Johan Cruyff. No. I want to make good money on him, despite the fact that he's getting worse. So the game starts in 1980 and ends. It is the Johan Cruyff, and ends in the year 2000. So you have 20 years to play a save, and each save is going to be completely different. It is like, so in every roguelike game, if you don't know, the whole point of the game is that, you could load up a game, start as Tranmere like I did, and your entire save will be different to mine unless you use the same seed that I used. Like, Johan Cruyff might not ever come available for you to buy. So that's what makes it so unique. It is peak FM, you're not wrong. So all these players that come up may not come up in your game, but there is real people in it. There is, obviously, as I say, Colin Calderwood is in my defence. I signed him, the former Hibs manager. Steve McLaren is playing in midfield for me. Both of these Edwards are real people, and then obviously Johan Cruyff at 37, we got him in. And I think it's just one of them that, there's an addiction to, can I get Palmas today? Probably not, but I'm sure they might one day expand to Scotland and stuff. They only have the English divisions now. But it's such a new and fresh game that there's obviously a lot they could do going forward, and they are updating it gradually. It only came out in March, and I firmly believe that we should all give it a try, because the truth is these games that are coming out, these kind of indie games like this, are something that we should all give a try to. No, I'm not selling to a rival. I'm probably going to play that Cardiff game. Money wise, we're on 279. Yeah, I'm going to play that Cardiff game. We're currently third in the league, so we are about to get promoted if we stay in that position. It almost surprises me that you're not an FM head, but I must say, I think it's just a very bad game. It's badly optimized. It clearly, listen, if anyone disagrees, they're welcome to. This is an open conversation. But they've clearly pandered the game this year to focus on a console sort of players, and that's fine. You know, like I've no issue with focusing on that kind of side of the world if you think that's the future. But don't be a fucking prick about it. Because like the truth is somewhere in between what they said and we've ended up with the PC game is terrible. That might be why you like it, because I think that the whole thing is set up to be used for a controller. And listen, again, I've not played it much. I haven't picked it up since they've updated it a lot because I simply don't want to. I think it's a bad game. I've tried to play it. It's far too overcomplicated. There's far too many things going around the game that you just don't need to do. I was clicking on some things and ended up it like taking me too long to get to places, and I'm just thinking that's not the game that I fell in love with, and that's not the game I've played thousands upon thousands of hours to play. Which is as simple as that. And listen, we're always willing to rant about FM. I think it's a pile of shite. It was full of bugs. I thought the presentation was so bad. It was so bad. And again, nobody has to agree, but I think they've done irreparable damage to the game. I think they've done irreparable damage to the brand. I think Miles Jacobson is a fucking prick, and I don't regret saying that, and I don't think I'll ever regret saying that. He is a horrible narcissist, and he is involved in Football Manager to the detriment of the game now. That interview that came out just after the game was released was absolutely woeful. Well, you know, all these new people are going to absolutely love it. Well, thing is, I still play 24. And if you're in my Discord, you'll see that I still post sometimes about my FM24 save. I love it. I've played thousands of hours of Football Manager, and I'll play thousands more off Football Manager 24. But the truth is, they are going to struggle to ever sell me another game. Simple. And I'm not really fussed about that. Because that game being so shite meant that I've played other games that I've now enjoyed. That I found a game like this and thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a try. And this game's made me happy. You know what I mean? This game's got me back talking to you guys. And like, that's half of the battle for me. Is that I only started streaming in general as a hobby because I fuck money. Well, I'm all for it, mate. All for it, MJ. Because I've played so many games in my life, and I feel like there was a lull over the last like decade between 2010 and 2020 where the majority of games were just these massive companies making them, and they were all fucking shit and they were all average. And then in the last like 5 or 6 years, it's completely different. The Sinclair C5. Inventor Clive Sinclair has unveiled a tiny electronic vehicle called the C5. Unfortunately, the average motorist would rather be strapped to a reliable tank of petrol than this dangerous milk float. Electric cars is the future. Don't be ridiculous, Clive. Yeah, listen, I'm all for ranting about Football Manager, as you can tell. It fucking pisses me off that they've ruined a franchise that I loved. But no, we can't let it ruin everything, so we have to move on. Kevin Bremer, I recognise his name for some reason. Greg Abbott. I'm looking at Weatherby, Weatherly, and looking at Abbott. I think they're two players that we could really do something with here. I don't drive yet, and I think the other one's got syphilis. That is my genuine opinion, so asked and answered, I suppose. I'm gonna try and sign this guy. Abbott comes in. I don't drive, but I am in driving lessons. I failed my driving test because I was going too fast in a 20. But we are working on it. Why is Johan Cruyff in goals? Right. Let's not put Johan Cruyff in goals, first of all. That should fix it. Yeah. Cruyff the baby. My little brother's got his testimony. He's very nervous. He also has an issue with seeding. Listen, I was unlucky, to be fair. Where I live, the specific road that I was on where it happened, I mean, yeah, this is going to sound like sour grapes, but just, you know, bear with me. It was national speed limit 3 years ago. Then it was a 40, and now it's 20 for like 10 like seconds, and that 10 seconds I was going over 20, but I couldn't see the speed, the sign, which, you know, again, my fault. You know, can't really do anything about it. It was my fault, and the sat nav wasn't updated, so. Cruyff turns inside the 18-yard box. Last team from FA Ambrose. Come on, I don't blame you. They're absolutely mental, some of the ones you end up on. This is going to be someone trying to buy Cruyff. 97k Plymouth. I wish I could tell them I want like 110. Not lost on me that we're having our worst month of the season and Plymouth just beat me after I rejected them. Right, we'll go into this game because we obviously desperately need a win. So, no, there's not yet, because it's more like just it's randomly generated what you're going to get in those situations. So Cruyff starts up front. He is getting a lot worse. Like, we need to maybe take the next bid that comes in for him.
He throws it in.
Rowan for Abbott. He's on his debut, Abbott, on the channel. Elsley goes long. Can he hit the target man? He can. Flicked on. Edwards looking to flick it on now. Has done. I don't want to do anything here. One-on-one it is. Edwards one-on-one with Hamilton. Saved. I don't yet. I have like another player that plays up front, but he's like 20 overall lower than the other strikers. So we'll need to get in the market for them. We've obviously now just got a midfielder in, so I'm quite happy with that. So we need to go in and get a new striker. You have to sign Johan Cruyff when you get the chance. Counter it is. Casemiro goal, Claxon. Let me just check the team. So we could still... Cruyff is the weak link now. But that's fine. We're on the counter. Kenworthy goes long. Williams. Can the target man be hit? It's a forward clash instead. And he's been fouled. It's a direct free kick. Johan Cruyff's going to take it. The man that made football what it is today. Looking to get a long shot off. Has done. Williams. Can he score? Missed by Williams. And that's a bad miss, I must say. That is a bad miss. Hamilton's had a great game so far. Can we get a goal now? We can, and it's Edwards! Keith Edwards makes it 1-0 against Rotherham. And that's for taking Alan Stubbs, Rotherham, you fucking prick.
Knocking it about, looking for space.
Super Kenworthy. Super Kenworthy. Running down the wing. Here United sing. He would have ruined his legacy. That's my general belief. EastEnders hits our screens. Finally some telly to make the middle classes feel better about their own lives. Cockney slang, family feuds, and enough drama to fill 10 lifetimes in one episode. Welcome to Albert Square, where people go to shout, scream and cry. The Queen Vic conflict served at room temperature. Who's winning the league? As long as one of the Old Firm do. Don't stress me, brother. Here's the thing about the league, right? Genuinely, it can't be Hearts. It just can't be Hearts. Alright, we're stuck in a glitch, guys, that has not yet been fixed. And the only way to get out of it is to either start the game again or buy a player. Now, Bobby Campbell could come in and be our alternative for Cruyff for a bit, but I really don't want to spend big on him. That's fine, we didn't get him, and that's fine because it was glitched to fuck. Steve Lovell! Steve fucking Lovell! But I would hit him in a heartbeat now. Steve Lovell, the former Aberdeen, Falkirk and Partick man. There you go, eh? Right, let me catch up with what you're saying. Would rather jams on the... Nope. One of the people or the Boyles is going to have to win the league. But yeah, the next two games will decide if Hearts win the league. I think it's imperative for Hibs that they go out and win, you know, that game at Easter Road. They have to win it. And then obviously Rangers after it is also massive. The way Rangers are playing just now, you can't really see them dropping points. But you never know. So what I would like to happen is I'd like Hibs to beat Hearts, obviously. And then I would like come on. I'd like Rangers to beat Hearts. And then at that point, Celtic will be at least 3 points clear. Rangers will be 5 points clear. You's going to the Old Firm and draw. So then yous are still, I want to say 3 points clear. Is that how that maths works? Hearts gained, yep. And then Celtic are 1 point clear. And then obviously Celtic and Rangers then will have played us and got 6 points between them. And then I think Hearts play Motherwell then Celtic to end the season. I think it's either Motherwell then Celtic or it's Falkirk then Celtic, depending on who they play on the day that the Old Firm is. It was windy. Listen, I'm still not sure if it was a VAR fuck up or not. I'm going to have to hold on to Cruyff just now. For the Motherwell penalty... Like, the chat is that it's dangerous play to try and header the ball when it's on the ground, right? That's what everyone's saying. And that's you know, fair. If that's the truth, that's fair. They're top of the league, so we need to play them. Or second in the league. Yeah, top. And it's a move that you wouldn't normally see from a professional footballer. But let's be fair, Landry Cabour's barely a professional footballer. I think it's... That wouldn't surprise me, James. David Dickinson, one of the worst referees in the league, missed the penalty for Aberdeen and the red card for Hanley and had to get VAR to tell him it was a penalty, let's be fair. Then misses someone getting elbowed in the back of the head off the ball, sees it on VAR and books him, which I'm still not sure is allowed. Is that allowed? Are you allowed to yellow card people after looking at VAR? I thought you were only allowed to send them off. Let me know. Let me know. And as I say, and I think it's very important to say, Hearts have had the rub of the fucking green all season, so we shouldn't be surprised when they continue to get the rub of the fucking green. We lose because of... We lose because of fucking VAR fuck-ups. And Hearts win because of VAR being a bit dodgy. And the thing is, we keep saying that they're due to fuck up. And they maybe are. But we ain't fucking seeing it. Every time Hearts slip up a little bit, the Old Firm also slip up. Oh, we were terrible in the first 10 minutes. Jack Iredale looked like he never kicked the football before, and that's maybe why the news is broke today that we're looking at a left centre-back from Macedonia. You know what I mean? We've gained momentum there. We need to just hope for, as I say, we need to hope for a lot of favours, I guess, is the best way to describe it. Forgot how good their goalie was. They've got the best goalkeeper I've played against, and it shows every time. I think we have to drop back, and we have to maybe even play 5. It's one of them. We're going to need to see some serious shit over the next couple of weeks. It actually annoys me there's Scottish Cup this weekend. Yeah, that's actually an important thing to say, Bobby, that I think's getting a little bit lost out on, right? Very important to say, actually. The Old Firm have had a shocking season for their standards, right? And the way to know that is that last season, how many points were we behind the Old Firm, right? When we finished top 3. Right, full time, how many? And we had a good run. We didn't do terribly, we had a good run. How many points were we behind by the end of the season? Right? Then compare how many points we are behind them this season, and the gap ain't that big, considering we're fucking 5th. I am in danger of going too far. If they didn't employ Russell Martin and they didn't employ what's his face, Wilfred Nancy, then I think you genuinely don't even have a conversation about a title race. Because Hearts, barring that first start, have been pretty average. I think we're going to have to sell Cruyff, lads. That's it. Cruyff's gone. Cruyff's moved on. Cruyff has moved on. We have 345k to spend. We could get Sean O'Driscoll. Les Brilly. I think we have to just roll with a 4-4-2 now. Cruyff's gone. Say goodbye to Cruyff. So at the end of last season, we were 17 points off the champions. This season, we're 16 behind third place. And that's Celtic, right? It's just... It's not on, man. Up in the rain, nowhere to be found. Never mind, probably never look that pretty again. Yeah, 17 behind Rangers. Last season we were 34 behind the champions. It is imperative that we fucking take points off Hearts, so that's what matters to me. Oh my god, it's Antonin Panenka or Paul Gascoigne, but we can't afford Gascoigne. We could get Falcao. I'm assuming that's a different Falcao. Or we could get Panenka in to run about the midfield for a season. You have to sign Panenka, right? He's the fucking king of the Panenka. We've signed Panenka. Where is he? We have signed Antonin Panenka. That's got to be the biggest signing we've made apart from Cruyff. Panenka comes in. We go to a 4-4-2. Instantly the midfield looks a bit better. Panenka doesn't want to train. He's too old. He's 36. He's coming in to get us to the end of the season in a 4-4-2. We've just lost to Cheltenham in a friendly. Yeah, you can have Daniel Smith. He's absolutely fucking totally. Struggling a bit this month again. Obviously, we're playing Newport. We'll see how it goes. I really don't like Switchblade. So we're missing Steve McLaren, as we know. But we do have Antonin Panenka strutting and stuff in midfield against Newport County. Panenka's first action is to play a long ball forward to Williams. Williams looks to have a chance at a flick on here. Gets it. Good chance at a one-on-one against Newport County early doors. Edwards versus Kendall. It's an Edwards goal! Edwards. Edwards. Yeah, Iredale's had a down season. And you know what it is? He played out his skin last season and got himself a deal. It's not an insult, it's not a dig at him or anything like that. That's just how it was. And there's no issue with that. But like now, he just cannot, for the life of him, play football. Pending final decision. Get it on the wish list at least, yeah. I think that's a good idea.
Not a lot of options for this throw.
But listen, I'm just saying, this game is well worth a go. Yeah, David Gray ain't changing it to a forward at the back anytime soon. Well, he should, to be fair, because Iredale's having a shocker. Hanley's now suspended, so he should play forward at the back, but he won't. And we've all forgot about that Garananga guy. This is a big chance to go 2-up. It's 2-0 and it's another Edwards goal. Keith Edwards slaps it home. Yeah, for a bit. He's changed to 4 at the back a few times, and let me just be clear. It has not been plain sailing. He's just not. I just don't think he's a manager that's going to get us anywhere we want to go. And it's a shame to say that, because he's obviously a Hibs legend, right? And I'm not saying it because I want to be right. I'm saying it because it's just what looks to be happening. You know what I mean? Like, we're not seeing anything different week by week. DNA fingerprinting, what joy. No more passports. I'll just have to give some gob over it chicken. Sure, it'll catch the drooling criminals, but the Stepford Wives like family demo just isn't cutting it for me. And when politicians are salivating at the mouth, you know it's bad news. And now we use our fingerprints for our iPhones. Well, we don't anymore, to be fair. Where are we in the league? 5th. Behind Plymouth. We're not going to catch Portsmouth or Wolves, but we can maybe try and get top 4 and get promoted. That's what we're aiming for. We have 180k to spend, so let's just survey the landscape as ever. Mark Hateley. Only 23, like... We don't have much money, that's the thing, like... It would be great to bring in a player that good, but we just don't have the money this season. I think Mark Hateley would be a good signing. He doesn't really want to be here, mind. But he's coming. He's head coach because he's meant to coach the team, but he doesn't. That's the thing. He doesn't. I think that we just need to probably move on from him at the end of the season, but... Oh shit, I didn't realise how bad my goalkeeper was. We'll take the draw against Portsmouth. I think Obita does well for us at left back, more often than not. Is there a goalie for sale? There is, but I can't afford him. If I'd known how bad my goalkeeper situation was, I would have bought a new goalie. Take the draw. Tranmere, we should push up against them. Another win against my old club. I'm going to do the Doncaster match. Hanley is starting against Brazil. Sorry to say again, it's Hanley. The thing is, like, if Hearts win the league, I ain't watching that fucking World Cup anyway, so it can fuck off. Aitley's going to be on the bench. Oh, should I maybe go 4-3-3? Because that's a pretty good team that we can put together. Steve McLaren's still injured. Yeah, let's do that. Come on. Panenka with the early start. Can he get a long ball forward? He can. Williams looking to win it. Does so. Can he flick it on now with Edwards? They can. Good chance for a one-on-one. It falls to Edwards for a potential long shot. He hits a long shot. We're going to give him a wee boost. He scores, and it's a Haitley debut goal 1 minute in. Mark Haitley, the father of Tom.
Throwing in off the sidelines.
Vamos! I love that you're just debating the Grant Hanley. And nobody is backing him. Cross, Panenka looks to play it in, does so. Williams, one-on-one with Peacock. Misses. That's annoying. Williams, it goes loose. Can Haitley get there? He doesn't. You know what's weird? Because against Kilmarnock, he read the game so well and strolled it. But the wind at Aberdeen caught him out once, and that was that. I mean, chance if you fucking got. Yeah, he'd been injured for weeks, and then next thing he was in the Scotland squad. Need to get rid of some of these goalie cards. Look inside. I know she knows that I'm not fond of asking. But we don't have anyone else because Rocky's just as shit. That's what nobody understands. Fuck's sake. Get myself annoyed now. We've moved up to 4th in the league. Steve McLaren's still to come back. Andy Gray is on the transfer list, but we can't afford him. That would have been a great signing. Can't afford that goalie, but it would be good to get a goalie in. John Henry, good player him. I'm assuming you mean the Rocky thing. You're not having the Rocky thing. Am I right? Good win. No, he's never going to play again. He was absolutely dreadful against Hearts. He shouldn't play again. I'm not keen on Rocky. I think he makes so many mistakes. And like, he covers it up now because he's a little bit faster than some attackers and he can battle a bit. But the reality is he's a bang average footballer at a push. Like that's not harsh to say. No, no, I can't have that one. I thought he was bad against Hearts, like really bad. I thought he was bad against Hearts. Yeah, but that's not because he went up. He was struggling to even pass a football that day. Like, it's hard to explain how he looked like he was scared. Listen, maybe we should have played him against like Livingston or Kilmarnock just to get him back into the flow of football again. Maybe that was his first ever game of football. We don't know. But he looked like he'd never played before. Let's flick this on. Williams gonna get one-on-one. I think we have to use the card. Get a goal. Come on, Edwards. Keep Edwards with a goal. They were going to play a back three either way, it doesn't matter. David Gray's going to play a back three. We're going to fucking go nowhere, do nothing. It means nothing. We play the same boring, slow style of football, and then we'll die that way. Got another goal, vamos! That's it. Scott, I like that you've tuned in just as Man United lose. Interesting. Just interesting that you've chose to jump in at such point. Yeah, let's get Mark Haley on. Elsie goes long. Haley just off the bench, fresh. Williams trying to cause a bit of trouble for himself. Gets a long shot on the goal. And it's a Paneka goal! His first for the club. And the old timer, the legend that replaced Johan Cruyff, has netted it. Yeah, I mean, you could play a back three with anyone, it doesn't matter. Jack Iredale can't kick a football on a straight line anymore. And Rocky Bashiri isn't very good at football. People think he's good. Because he's improved. Well, that's that. He's improved, that's all. Did we get promoted? Oh my god, we needed to finish top three to go up. We needed to finish top three to go up. No, we finished fourth. We finished fourth. Oh, that's annoying. Ian Rush, top scorer for Liverpool. John Fashion, who top scorer in our league. But we finished top 13 and we done it with 20% less fans. So we got some extra kits. So we should consider our options. We could go to a lot of teams now. We could go to Preston if we wanted. They've got a bit of money behind them. They have a plastic pitch. We could go to Carlisle. We could go to Lincoln. They don't have much money, but they're apparently rare. Or we could drop down a division if we so choose. Take ourselves to Exeter. Wrexham. Very highly rated Wrexham. Somehow. But I think yous know. I'm gonna go to Sheffield United. Like, I do this every time. It's not possible for us to even catch Wolves, who did have a much better team than us. So it didn't matter. Now I have to watch the same shit again. This time we finished 5th instead of 4th, but I'm not gonna let that ruin my day. York, Burslem Vale and the Robins and Wigan come up. Nothing changed here really. And I'm gonna stay with Sheffield United anyway, so we'll play in the broadcast mode. They want us to get promoted. The league finds you've mismanaged funds. Minus 10 league points. Finish the season with a sponsor. Building code. No facilities can be bought or stadium upgraded. I'm fine with that. I will not do that. Now, what can we do? Team wise, Joseph Thompson needs to go. Abbott's there, he's still packing a punch. Panenka's obviously going to get worse now. Everyone here, obviously Gascoigne's there, we can't afford him. Stuart McCall's there, can't afford him. What's this do? Why is my phone changed? TV's changed too, and all this has changed. you had an effort. Maybe I just wanna be yours. I wanna be yours. I wanna be yours. Let's get Haley some training. Pre-season lost to Grimsby. And we've sold Steve Charles, whoever he is. Let me be a portable heater. You'll be cold without. Technology advances, and it's advancing in the game. 4-1, Chapman hat-trick. Good start. Preston, a 1-0 win. I think we hold shape against Bradford. Take the draw. And Rotherham, we will play the Rotherham game. Maybe I just wanna be yours. I wanna be yours. I wanna be yours. Let's go.
Just moments away from kickoff now.
So, first game of the season. Do we go 4-3-3? I think we maybe do. Get Haley some games. I'm gonna let the lads play this one out their cell here. There we go, Colin Calderwood. Fixed number. You start in 1980 and your run goes to 2000 max, I think. You have 20 years. But as I've said earlier, in Nutmeg it's a roguelike game, so each player that comes up, each legend that comes into the game, it's my legend's going to be different to your legend. For example, Panenka and Cruyff might never turn up in your game. Which is what makes it endless possibilities. Now, don't get me wrong, Football Manager, it is endless possibilities. However, 9 out of 10 times people have the same tactics and the same players on Football Manager anyway.
The keeper weighs up his options.
Like, are you going to have Steve McLaren in your game? We don't know. Rotherham are doing well here and they've managed to hold us to a draw. Telly Addicts, a new quiz show, asks us to test our TV knowledge in the name of entertainment. Perhaps the host Noel Edmonds, famous from Deal or No Deal, has the right intentions, but I fear we are encouraging people to trade their books with a box. That numbs the mind. We cannot let the fantasy replace reality. Well, that's obviously Teddy Sheringham, right? A 19-year-old Teddy Sheringham, but we can't afford him yet. We could get a goalie. We could get Gary Hamilton. No, we couldn't. Gordon Davis. Just always worth having a little look at who's popping up. Peter Jackson. But none of them could... We could go for a goalie, but even like goalkeeper Ward's a good goalie. It's just our backup's absolutely shit. And none of them would really start except a striker, and we can't afford Teddy Sheringham yet, so... Before we advance, let's just see if we could... No, we can't. We can't afford them, that's fine. We can get a sponsor though. $36 grand, 76 grand, 33 grand, 38 grand, 5 grand, 9 grand, 76 grand, 36. So one of the first two is probably our best bet, but the fans aren't going to be happy. requirements, stadium capacity. We can't actually do any of them except this one. So I'm just gonna do it. Get the money in. Good night, man. I'm gonna be going soon anyway, so you won't miss much. I am gonna try and sign Teddy Sheringham though. And Teddy Sheringham has come to the Blades. Tell you what, I wonder how long his career's gonna be. So, Haitley, no. Sheringham, yes. And Williams and Edwards were our front two. Teddy Sheringham has come to the Blades. Steve McLaren's out injured again. But thankfully we've now got a bit of a squad that can survive that kind of injury. Lost to Grimsby. Beat Carlisle, Sheringham getting a goal. Beat the Robins. I'm gonna play the York game, I think, because that might help us get rid of some of these. We should be attacking the entire time, so I'm gonna just add a few of these. This might be the last thing we do tonight. Teddy Sheringham is up front for us, and he's added a gold-plated card that we can now use.
Let's see what he can make of this free kick.
Let's see what they can do. Well, that's true, but you can actually scout players as well. So if you're playing against a team, you can scout the opposition's player if you'd like to add them to your list of players to maybe sign. Stanicliff's been booked there. That's poor. Is he a 96 overall? No.
The defenders look nervous. This is some good football. And the ball's cleared.
I definitely think everyone should give this game a try. It was what, £11 or something? Cruyff to Teddy Sheringham was wild, but Teddy Sheringham was a baller back in the day. Like, yeah, he wasn't an elegant baller, he was a fucking goal scorer. You know what I am? I'm a fucking goal scorer too. Sheringham, the target man, they're playing off him now. A flick on. Oh, it's been intercepted. I rolled the dice.
It's all square at the moment. Throwing in.
We need to have a fucking attack here. Yep, that's a poor draw by the way. Steel City Pop Sheffield now exports the synthesizers and immaculate fringes. Human League have proven that drum machines travel better than ingots, while Heaven 17 supply grooves where furnaces once roared. Britain's industrial future may be uncertain, but its programmable rhythm section appears secure. Right. Good month, I suppose. Oh my god, look who's in the fucking scouting. We shouldn't have signed Teddy Sheringham, guys. Canigia. Claudio Canigia, 18. Oh my god, that would have been a much better signing. This man rocked up at Dundee at one point and is one of the best fucking footballers you'll ever watch. I am so annoyed at myself. We need to make the move for him, I think. Right, I'm gonna after feeling dripping through the How much was Claudio Caniggia? 460. I've just sold Keith Edwards in a moment of sheer excitement. And I probably won't actually be able to get Caniggia in. Good win. Good win. Yeah, we're unfortunately not going to be able to get him in unless I phone the bank manager and ask for a loan. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get him in. Oh, he would have been... Steve Cooper's there. Mike Phelan. He would have been the fucking GOAT to sign on this. This would have changed the run, I think. That's actually broke my heart. On a Sunday morning, all groups are coming in between. It all shows signs of ending. You've had enough for hours, but you carried on pretending. Kinsella, Tony Kinsella, Joe Joyce, Leroy Rossinier. Obviously, we can't afford any of the top ones like him or him. We've beat Burnley. We need to get a midfielder. That has to be our target. Because I'm a bit short on them due to set hemorrhage in the future. To the point where Steve McLaren's going to have to probably play whilst injured. There's nobody. Neil Ruddock obviously would do us for the entire save. That's the thing. He would improve with us. He needs to train because he's not fucking happy. Shouldn't lose that game at all. Well, we need a midfielder. And if you're eagle-eyed enough, Matt Letizia has rocked up. Now, again, at 17, Matt Letizia would be levels. Absolute levels. We need to play a couple of home games here. We have to go for a sponsor. What? A bot got into the Discord. So like I noticed someone joined it, but like people join it all the time and then leave it. Like that's been from the FIFA days onwards. However, it joined it and it just spammed so many porn likes everywhere. Now I didn't notice it. It was when I wasn't checking the Discord or that, so I hadn't actually seen it. It was one of the other people that have, you know, mod access that was able to remove it for me, so it got swiftly banned. I didn't see any of it. I just had loads of notifications and like other people messaging me that had seen it, and I was just like, give me a second. I had to go and fucking have a look at it. But yeah, it was if you didn't see it, it's a good thing. Right, we're gonna play this game because I've not played one in a while, so. But yeah, that's what happened. And as I say, I didn't see it myself, but it's the second time it's happened. And our Discord link isn't anywhere for context. Like it currently doesn't come in this chat. I obviously hadn't been live over the weekends, so I was unsure as to how it would actually have happened. But we live and we learn and we move on. There was no way as well, the profile, there was no way to actually know if that's what it was, you know what I mean? Like it didn't come with a warning. Sing like a song.
Deciding now where to put it.
Colin Caldwood's unhappy, and that is causing us to have some serious issues. Sheringham with a chance to put us ahead, and he does so. Big goal for Terry Sheringham. still in the river. This is a given. Could be full time. We'll take the 1-0 win. We'll move on. Chernobyl fallout reaches UK. The terrifying force that turned on a city into a ghost town arrived on our shores. The radiation from Chernobyl mean less lamb for Sunday roasts, but the real fallout lies in the lack of accountability. Let the generations affected be a constant weight around their necks. It's raining in the summer and there's February snow. I'll tell you tomorrow. Let's see if there's anyone interesting to sign. Not really. My city, my people, my heart. Yeah, not really anyone. We could bring back Keith Edwards. I might get sacked at the end of the season, you know? I sort of sold the future of the club. Steve Agnew's a good player. To get in Claudio Canigia, and we didn't get him in. I think we need to change it up. I think we need to get a big name in. Steve Agnew doesn't fancy it. Okay. We can't sign any of the strikers. There's too many attackers there. We've already got 3. Repeat Burnley. Oh, that's a horrible result. Right, that's a bit better. 4 wins out of 5, but we didn't get promoted. I finished the entire season there. We chucked a lot of it just to try and get Claudio Canigia in, and we finished 8th. I wonder if they're going to sack me. Because the thing is, I think we're close, you know what I mean? Like, we're close. Kenny Dalglish, top scorer. They're willing to let me stay. So we're sticking around. We do need to bring in players this season, I think. Midfield, like the defense, we have 4 defenders that are good and a goalie that's good. Our attack's obviously decent, but we just don't have that big a squad. I think we need to flesh it out. Like an 18-year-old Stefan Effenberg is a good signing. I'm going to try and bring this lad in. 18. Bring him in at 18. Put him in the first team. Panenka is going to become a backup. Effenberg I want to be starting. So it'll be Effenberg, Abbott, and McLaren in midfield. We'll upgrade the stadium. It's now under construction. counting the boys. The policemen look annoyed. Got a chase last night. Men with truncheons dressed in hats. Right. I'll save the game. We're in 1986, 87. And with that, I'm a head off and get myself to sleep, as it is fairly late at night actually. And probably just shouldn't stay up all night playing Nutmeg. I've got to go into work tomorrow, so I'll catch up with you again possibly Wednesday night, depending on if I go to a football training session or not. I've been getting back into football. The legs are holding up a little bit. I'm not great, but getting there. Otherwise, enjoy. It's been a pleasure as always. I truly do